Yo, 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 what's up? We got another episode of Nothing Nice. You already know the vibes. It's your man JB, and I'm here. I'm here with my brothers. Yo, I got Mr. Dan in the building. He hasn't been here in a minute. How you feeling, bro?
Man, just blessed. Blessed to see another day. Blessed to see it.
Listen, hopefully you're gonna be paying attention to church this Sunday. All right.
I'm
And then,
stretch.
right, you gotta stretch. You gotta
Gotta
stretch.
stretch.
And then I got my brother here, Joe, who he came off an amazing 2025 as a Steelers fan. But we're gonna get into all that. We're gonna get into all that in a minute. All right,
Steelers.
let's go ahead. We're gonna start with college football. We got the Natty coming up Monday. Who y'all got? What are we looking at? Dan, you go first.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you. When the bracket came out, and I'm not biased, I promise you I'm not biased. I felt like college football right now, we're coming to almost an even playing field to where some teams are really just, you got a lot of people who I'd be like, oh, well, they shouldn't be in the playoffs. Well, it's not that they shouldn't be in the playoffs. It's that everyone is at a almost mid bound, except for like two or three teams in total. With that being said, when the bracket came out, I felt like everyone who was in the playoffs deserved to be there, except for Miami. Miami was the only team I felt like they could have came out and you could have put Texas in. Not being biased, but you could have put Texas in over Miami. Miami beats A&M, 10-3, which I was like, okay, Texas could have did that. Then they turn around and did they beat Ohio State?
They did.
Yeah, and they beat Ohio State, which I looked at it and I was like, well, Texas only lost by 7 points to them. I mean, later on in the season, who knows? But then they turned around and beat Ole Miss. And I was a proponent from early on in the year that if we ever had to play Ole Miss that season, I don't think we were going to win that game. People didn't give Ole Miss enough credit for what they really were at the start of the season. I always knew Ole Miss was them. Texas, probably not going to be Ole Miss just off the bat. So the fact that Miami did, I think they're on a high that you can only win by just digging down deep. So when it comes down to it, them versus Indiana, I do think Indiana is one of the top three teams in the nation this year. I think their wins are legit. The only thing I don't like is that being in the Big Ten, they played Ohio State. It was a good win, but then on top of that, the next big win you have is Oregon. I was never really impressed with Oregon. So now I'm just looking at these two wins, and I have to compare that against other rosters like Georgia and Ole Miss. I think Georgia and Ole Miss are honestly the best teams in the nation this year. Now, the fact that neither one of them is playing for a title, that's just the way it felt. That's just the way it felt. Georgia got beat by Ole Miss, and Ole Miss turned around and lost to a ready Miami. And it's not like it was a blowout, it was a close game. So with that being said, to make a long story short, man, I think Indiana is a better team than Miami, but I honestly think Miami can do it. Miami can win that game come Monday. Absolutely. They can definitely win.
So definitively, you're going with Miami.
Unfortunately, I am. Even though I think Indiana's a better team, I'm going with Miami.
This feels like Big Ten hate. All right, cool. What's up, Joe? What you feeling about?
I'm gonna give you the Big Ten a little bit of redemption right now. I've now seen Indiana run the ball pretty dominantly, convincingly against three really good defenses in Ohio State, Alabama, and Oregon. And I think that, to me, and in contrast or in comparison to how they play the run, they've shut those three teams out from running the ball too.
Yeah,
for the most part. And I think that's always going to be a difference maker, being able to run the football, especially in this era of football when it's very wide open, pass oriented, spread offense is getting to the perimeter, looking for the big play. They slow people down. You know what I mean? I think they take away your pace, they kill your tempo a little bit, and they run the ball. You know what I mean? That aside from the fact that Signetti, I feel like, is a maniac.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that dude ain't rapping. He just crazy enough to inspire that team to do something that nobody in the nation thought they was gonna do before this season started.
Right.
So I'm gonna go 10 toes down with Indiana. Last week I wasn't 100% sure, but when I thought about it, because I was kind of fixated on just the playoffs, and then I started going back, and I was like, well, wait, they beat undefeated Ohio State too. Like, that's at this point, I'm feeling like they've already slayed 3 pretty big giants. And with all due respect to Miami, I don't know that Miami in your rear view is looking any bigger than Ohio State, Alabama, and Oregon back to back.
Absolutely not.
So, yeah. So even playing in Miami, I don't feel like there's a mental advantage there. I don't think you can shake this team mentally. It's a collection of 22 and 23-year-old players who were written off.
And that makes a difference.
Yeah.
That makes a
they
difference.
playing with a chip on their shoulder.
Portal.
Yeah. Surratt, the receiver, man, that dude started at like an NAIA school or something, or a D3 or something, man. This dude has played his way into the first round NFL draft conversation right now.
Yeah.
Like, man, it's hard to beat people like that. You know what I mean? Like, so I think Indiana in a dogfight. I think the crowd in Miami being at home, obviously the U being back, like we don't know what that means. As I'm not a Miami fan, but I know the U means a lot to the culture of that city, and seeing them playing in Miami in a national championship.
Oh, they gonna turn up for it.
That's gonna be rocking. But I think Indiana, Miami, not this year. I think Indiana is destined at this point, and I don't know that they can be denied.
And I would like to say that. My only thing is like I do like Indiana. I like that I look at all your players and none of your players are like this standout first round. Like it's a bunch of men that have come together as a unit. Like that's how I see Indiana. And that's one thing I love about them. The only thing I have to go back to is when you say they slayed 3 giants. Now that I have to look at that and I'm like, now who are these giants in particular? Because if we're going to talk about Oregon as a giant, I'm sorry, Oregon did not really impress me this year. They impressed me enough to be a playoff team, but not really enough to where I'm like, I'm afraid. Like I can go out there with UT, the University of Texas, later on in the year. You tell me we got to play Oregon and get into the playoffs. I'm not worried. I'll bet the same. I'm not scared of Oregon. You tell me the same thing about Ohio State. It's trickier. It's a bit more tricky, but that's another one where I'm not sold. Their most impressive win that I've seen from them came against, I'll say Ohio State, because the Alabama one doesn't even hold much validity to me like that.
It's just Ohio State has 3 players getting drafted in the top 6.
Yeah, if you look at it,
in a couple months, so that's not like a small potato type of thing.
If you look at it through the lens of because I'm a UT fan as well. If you look at it through the lens of UT has absolutely no reason to be scared of either one of them schools I'm talking about. But if I'm looking at it through the lens of Indiana, nobody would have bet that Indiana would beat
right here
Ohio State, Alabama, Oregon back to back to back.
Right.
In any era of football. And
never a
like
year.
Oregon to me is not as imposing as they seem, like you say, but I don't think we felt that way prior to them losing to Indiana. I think Dan Lannon got exposed. Like they exposed,
and I'm glad he did.
Again.
Yeah,
I agree.
Again,
like, the Texas Tech game, I was like, no, they're very beatable. At the halftime, I was like, Texas Tech is going to lose this game for themselves, and they did.
But if we remember, Dan Lannon was on a plane last year, the year before last, to get that Alabama job. Like he was very highly thought of in the coaching community.
Right.
Like he was not like this is a patchwork coaching position we fill it until we get the guy. No, he was the guy. And that D line that he got, that is an SEC D line, and he got a guy that's a defensive coordinator right now. That's that has accepted a head coaching job at Washington. That was a big win from the lens of Indiana. That's when I say they slayed a giant. I'm thinking Indiana slayed a giant. That was a big win from their perspective.
Yeah,
but I think most of the top 10 ain't looking at Oregon going, we gotta play Oregon. Like most people will sign that paperwork pretty easily. Like let's go play Oregon. Let's play them in Oregon.
We get to choose.
Yeah.
And then we get the jerseys when we done. And the shoes.
Yeah. LSU in shambles right now. They'd open with Oregon in a heartbeat. They'd be like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's see what we got.
I agree with that. I agree with that. But what I would just say, because y'all already know, I said it for Ohio State at the beginning. If Ohio State doesn't win it all, I'm picking Indiana to win it all. Because their defense really is like that. And defense travels. One thing that we know, if your offense can come out stagnant, and everything else like that. But that defense is going to travel. 1. 2, Mendoza's looking like he's playing with house money right now. When he played, what was that, last week before, whatever, and he went out there, I think he had 1 incompletion in the first half.
Yeah.
And he was just picking them apart. It just looked easy. Clean pocket, just there he goes, bam. Guy going across, boom. Like he's just clean
Answer
pocket and
this for me
he's
though.
doing this. What's up?
Do you think the Heisman is actually his? Do you think he deserved the Heisman?
He's not doing anything to prove that he shouldn't have gotten it.
Based on the people that was there, yeah, I think they got it wrong with some of the people that was there though.
Okay.
Yeah,
Who do you want there instead?
I don't think Julian Sands should have been there. I don't think he was one of the top 5 best players on his own team.
I agree with that.
I think when I look at a Heisman player, and it has nothing to do with Mendoza. I mean, like I think he's good. I mean, quarterback of the year, sure. But when I look at a Heisman, I have to look at it as this award goes to someone who is the best this year at their position. And it doesn't always have to be quarterback oriented. I think when Travis Hunter got it last year, that was the right call. Whether you gave it to him or running back from Boise, I can't remember his name at the moment.
Genty.
Whether you gave it to either one of them, that was the right call. But this year, I felt like, I'm not saying I have someone else that I would have given it to, but I don't think Mendoza was just that wow factor. Like we haven't seen this before.
But
like,
because you don't have someone else to give it to,
then it has to be him.
And we've seen him go out here and pick teams apart, basically. Even though he's not putting up like gaudy numbers, you just you can't really make an argument against him winning. That's the only thing. Because he's not the most impressive quarterback that we've ever seen for sure.
No, because I think Chambliss had better numbers, but
yeah,
but you wouldn't have been wrong giving it to Chambliss either though. He just had those losses on his record, Dad.
Right.
Yeah, that Georgia
right.
loss.
And Indiana's looking at getting a perfect season. No, did they lose one earlier?
Undefeated,
yeah.
No, they lost.
They're looking at a perfect season. Yeah, so that's tough. The other thing
with Mendoza, real quick though, like I feel like he's on a generational run, and there is a little bit of a wow factor. The fact that he is playing for Indiana, it's like it's an Indiana guy doing this. It's kind of like, ooh, that's crazy. Like he's a media darling too. Like he's always smiling. Like, he's a transfer. He's kind of he just an All-American media darling. He on a generational run right now for an Indiana quarterback. And it don't really feel like it's gonna end for him. Like usually you see people go on these runs, you like, man, at some point it's gotta slow down. With him, it kind of feel like right.
When he went on his run, you like eventually that 500 yards that's gonna hit a wall.
Yeah, and I ain't even talking about beyond college. I just feel like as far as college is concerned, it feels like he's gonna play high. He's gonna play up. If they end up losing, it ain't gonna be because of him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So we'll see.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm rocking with Indiana. Y'all go ahead and let us know in the comments who y'all got. Are y'all rocking with Indiana for this, or y'all got Miami? I will say I can't be in a world where we got to see Michael Irvin taking off his belt, jumping up and down with the cheerleaders. I can't.
Bruh. Somebody, win or lose, somebody needs to check on Michael Irvin. I don't see that working out for him either way, bro. I'm concerned for him either way. Yeah,
that's big. Either way, that man. Like, Ray be his accountability partner that night.
Listen, they're going to have to handcuff him either way. Like, they got to tie him down to a trainer table or something. Me and my coworkers was talking about him today because they were talking about his son. I don't know if y'all seen his son. His son's a rapper.
Yeah. He called him out.
And Mike Irvin called his son out, was like, man, that kid ain't hood. He think he hood. He grew up in a gated community. And I was like, Michael Irvin, maybe your son don't know he didn't grow up in a trap house though, because you Michael Irvin.
Right. He's like, when I look at the music videos, everything they doing, it was also at the house.
If he said he had 2 bricks in his kitchen growing up, I believe him.
Nobody would question it.
You might be telling the truth.
Nobody would question it. They're like, that checks out.
Yeah. Michael Irvin's son. Yeah, there probably was cocaine in that house.
It's like, yo, that's crazy. Y'all let us know in the comments about that one. Now, let's talk about the NFL real quick. We had crazy wild card weekend. The back and forth was crazy. Carolina almost made it. They ended up losing to the Rams. That was a great game. They showed a lot of heart. Seeing Bryce Young turn the page, getting better. The Packers with one of the biggest choke jobs since Atlanta. 18. The Bears were down 18 points in the fourth quarter, and and came back to win that game. So the Packers they knocked themselves out of that game. Houston BTA they went ahead and retired Mike Tomlin, and hopefully Aaron Rodgers will go ahead and say his farewells as well. Yeah. 49ers got the Eagles offensive coordinator fired. So it's just a whole list of things that happened off of this weekend. Crazy football games. Out of all of the, so tell me this. Okay, hold on. Before we get into that, Joe, I want to give you the floor. As a Steelers fan, how you feeling? I need to check on you.
Man, at the introduction, you asked my man how he was doing. I'm glad you didn't ask me because I am not okay. All right, let me tell you. I am not doing well. I've not slept well. For the first time in my fanhood as a Steeler fan, I have no idea what direction we going in. I only know Cower and Tomlin. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I don't know nothing else. Right, that's the only world I've ever known. So like he's not there anymore. I hope they change Aaron Rodgers' passcode to the facility respectfully. Like you're a Hall of Famer, but yeah, brother. Yeah, it was like watching a bad movie over and over again, bro. This man had zero protection for whatever reason. I don't know if he was holding the ball too long or the Texans D line just that good. My man seemed like he was really wanting to blame everybody else for what was going on. It was a very out of sync performance all the way around, from the coaching staff to the play calls to we was in there for a minute, and I remember saying that if we had a chance to win that game, it would be C.J. Stroud, obviously not playing up, and he kept us in the game. I think he did everything he could do. He did everything he could do to lose that game, and we still didn't win. So yeah, I'm not okay. I have no idea what we're gonna do as a coach. There ain't a coach out there right now that I feel confident about taking over the reins and upholding our standards. So we either about to rebuild and take a step back, or I don't know. I don't, unless we can pry some big name head coach away from where he is right now. I don't see it getting better. But this is gonna be unfamiliar territory for me as a fan, because I feel like we got to rebuild or tank at this point. Like I don't know what we're gonna do. So,
and what's crazy is y'all have had, I think the number was like 5 or 7 coaches since the Steelers have been a team. Y'all have only had like a handful of coaches. So now to kind of be in no man's land and being like, okay, let's figure this out, is crazy.
That is crazy.
Now, one thing that I did hear, they said that Mike Tomlin may not coach in 26, but he may be in line to take that Chiefs job in 27. Andy Reid goes ahead and retires. So he'll have Patrick Mahomes and that squad to get together. I think that would be scary if he was able to pull that one off.
Nah, that's scary. Tomlin in any building is scary because he motivate people. You put the right people in the locker room, he'll motivate them. He'll get them to play. So
big facts with that one. And then we got Harbaugh. I knew he was going to be out. They said he lost a team. When I heard how past players talk about Harbaugh, I knew that it was just a matter of time before he was out, his time was going to be up. Plus, he had a lot of coaching errors. So now he's in the Giants where he could be mid with no pressure.
Mid with no pressure.
So that's going to be good for him. Okay, so just based on last week, what was your most impressive victory from last week? Like, who put that everybody better watch out and take notice?
I'm not gonna lie to you. This was probably that one weekend where I missed almost every game except maybe the tail end of Green Bay and Chicago, and then I watched the whole thing of the Steelers and Texans.
Yeah.
From what I can just go back and look at, I'd say the team who made the most shocking or the most critically acclaimed statement, I'd probably have to say Chicago. For you to be in the cold, getting whooped, and not quit like how most teams would have quit. Because, I mean, honestly, if you really think about it, being down 18 points in the second half, it's actually not that much. But the fact that the other opposing team, can't even get a field goal to just stay on top, that shows some type of gumption, determination, and grit. Yeah. So I would honestly say for them to have to rally back like that, I'm gonna go Chicago. I'm gonna go Chicago for making a big statement on we're here, and we here to play. I mean, are we here to win? I didn't say that, but they're definitely here to play. So
I think he's dangerous with a man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
No, I think most of us agreed that Chicago would fight to the end of that game last time we potted or whatever. And man, I think the performance wise is Caleb Williams. That dude made like 2 generational throws. He
Yeah,
made one throw like seated in air on and
yeah,
dotted it.
yeah,
Like that image is gonna be burned into my head because I'm like, man, I don't know how he did that. Like I think the best overall performance from an individual is Caleb Williams. I think the best team performance was the 49ers though. I think to go into Philly we know is hostile territory even when they winning.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
uh and we know the Niners have been injury prone. They lost what 2 other guys this game. They lost Kittle and
yeah,
I think a lineman or something went down, but they still found the way to win that game against
Mm-hmm.
Philly. And I know we talk crazy about Philly a lot just to get on Mook's nerve, but Philly is a good team. Their defense is good. They got probably the best running back in the NFL when he wants to be. And they've got a proven coaching staff, and they fresh off a Super Bowl.
right.
They ain't no pushover. And
Oh no, not at all.
the Niners was on a 6th, 7th, and 8th linebacker this year, and went in there
Amazing
and did
job
what they had to
coaching.
do to pull. Yeah, it's
Amazing job
crazy, man.
coaching.
Even after Kittle went down, it was like, all right, his use check touchdown. Like,
Yeah, you know what
just
they're like.
somebody just
All right, guys.
somebody just go.
ACL. Let's
Somebody gonna step up.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, George is gone, guys.
Look, let's rip the Band-Aid off now. He's obviously up. Let's go.
Yeah.
No,
I'll go ahead and level with y'all. He ain't coming back. So right. This is what we're gonna do next drive. That's wild, bro.
No, but that's facts, and they've been working with that basically all year. From Mac Jones having to hold it down until Brock Purdy came back. Like they've been in that like mode all year. But I will say, I feel like the way that win has been talked about has been a little overrated because it's a dope win for the 49ers. However, as bad as the Eagles played, they were still in position to win the game. That last call, who called
absolutely
4 straight when the other team is playing in a dime? They were literally, all the DBs were sitting back there like, are they really running this straight at us? Like we don't have to.
They was daring Jalen Hurts to run.
Like they used their timeout too early. They used their timeout too early. And even I don't remember. I think it was Troy Aikman or somebody who was calling that game. They're like, "Yo, they're using that timeout too early right there. I wouldn't have used that timeout." So then when they called the play for 4th down and they just did 4 straights, I'm like, "Yo, like, how do you not, as a coach, how do you have a timeout before this and say, here's what I want y'all to do?" Like you're literally just drawing this on the board, and that's the game plan. Let's go do it. Like what? Like everybody was
crazy
immediately. Nobody had to even kind of change their heads. It was just run with them. That's all you gotta do. That was absolutely
on this particular play. What was the down and distance? Like, was this?
It was
how much did
like
they need for the first down?
10.
And how many seconds were left on the clock?
Probably a minute maybe left on the clock. But they were also at the.
They started that drive with almost 3 minutes on the clock.
Right. Yeah, because they took a lot of time off of the clock. I think they were they're at like the 15-yard line though, right? They're at like the 15.
About right roughly.
Like, after the first down, it's and goal. Like that's the only next step because they were just like a weird spot where it's like you get the first down and then it's gonna be 1st and goal where you only have like 6 yards to get into the end zone, something like that. So it was like they were like 16, 17 yards out. So for him to call that play right there, that was just horrible. Like
I'm hearing in my mind and I'm thinking, well, maybe is he like trying to call something that it's a design QB run where you run off the defense and then he's supposed to go to. I mean, that's what it sounded like to me, but I didn't see that play, so I'm not. Was it 4th down or what?
I've talked about this drive so much. I don't remember if we talked about it on the last pod, but after Jalen Hurts took that sack on, what was it, 2nd down? I think it was 1st down or 2nd down. He took a sack, and they let like almost a minute run off the clock. I thought they should have called timeout then. because it was like 2nd and 11, and then they like eased their way back up to the line and ran another play.
And that's when he tried to hit AJ Brown the next one, and he dropped.
And it went to 3rd and 11, and I was like, because I even told my brother, I was like, the fact that they got 2 minutes and 54 seconds right now, I'm giving them a shot to win this game. I felt like if it was under 2 minutes when they got the ball back, there was no way Jalen was going to win that game. Right. I don't really see him perform well under 2 minutes. Like, he just not a 2-minute drill quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, but I thought they mismanaged the clock, the timeouts, the play calls was bad. When they did take the timeout, Sirianni was kind of standing off to the side listening to Hurts and the OC talk, and he didn't even look like whatever they called was going to work.
Right.
He was over there like, this bush.
He was like, y'all sure? And Jalen was like, yeah, it'll work. And then they went out there and threw in the triple coverage, and that was the end of the game. And I was like, oh, okay, well.
Jalen didn't look like that was going to work when he went out there. Because when I saw him come up to the line, it looked like he was like, bro, let's just do it. Because even the throw is like, luck it. I'm just going to go ahead and throw it because I have to. Because I'm the quarterback, so I'm going to go ahead and throw this. Because this can't be the play.
Bro, they dropped 7 and spied him and was like, hey, if you're going to run for 11 yards, we losing this game anyway. Go ahead. And they made him throw the ball. They made him throw the ball, and he threw it into, like, the most bracketed triple coverage throw you ever see in your life. And it was bad. Is Sirianni on the hot seat? Is he? Or is that Super Bowl? Is that Super Bowl saving him?
The Super Bowl's too recent. The Super Bowl's too recent. Okay, they were at the 20. I just pulled it up. They were at the 20.
Yeah.
They were at the 20 and ran that play. Crazy play.
They were close.
Yeah, so it didn't make sense to run that. But Sirianni, no, he's not on the hot seat yet. And Jalen, the only thing I would want from him, honestly, I need them to give him a good OC who's going to be there for at least 2 to 3 years. Because
they're about to get another one now.
Exactly. He hasn't had an OC back-to-back years since college. Like, that was the last time he saw a back-to-back OC. Since college, it's a new person every year. So it's like, like last year when he did his thing, it was like he was, they look good. He looked good. He looked like he was only going to get better. Then we come into this season where everything was like super predictable. So it got real ugly real fast. Also, go ahead and I would trade AJ Brown to the Jets. I'm just going to say it.
You gotta trade him somewhere.
See, here's why it's the Jets for me. Because I'm sick of his attitude. That's why. I'm not even an Eagles fan like that. There's some guys on the squad I rock with, but I'm sick of that man's attitude. He drops passes. I've been saying he drops passes. Trade him to the Jets.
Trade that man to the Jets, you may have a problem.
You say you may have a problem?
You may have a problem. You trade that man to the Jets.
You may have a problem.
Sorry, I think they already got a receiver who's going to be good in the making. So you put a number one up there with Adonai Mitchell. I don't know, man. You might be causing some ruckus on that on through the air for them. Like that might just make them a little bit better than what
Brees Hall's leaving in free agency this spring, so he's about to leave. They still don't have a quarterback.
Garrett Wilson not leaving though.
Garrett Wilson's gonna be there, but like Garrett Wilson just led the team in receiving, and he didn't play November nor December. And he led the team in receiving yards with 436. You know how hard it is to play 1 month and lead a team in receiving for the year? I don't care who you're sitting there. You're good.
That man missed like 7 games straight.
He missed over half the season and still led the team in receiving. Man. Like, if that's his incentive,
I didn't know that. That's bad, bro. I did not know that. That's a wild
stat line. Yeah.
That's wild, bro. What is Justin Fields doing, bro?
Justin Fields, I think they said he threw for, I want to say it was like 1,700 yards. Like,
that's it?
Yeah. Like that team was
I say that's it. Like,
shambles.
I go out there and throw for 1,700 yards.
Nah, that's the right reaction. That is the 100% the right. That's it. Like, come on, bro. He probably even looked at his stats at the end of the year and was like, "Damn, that's it. That's all I did." It's like I was throwing for 3,000 yards out there.
Right. It's like going bowling. It's like going bowling, and at the end of it, you're like, "Well, I got 46." That's what that's.
Right. Thought I was killing it out here.
Right. You like, what happened to that one?
I heard the pins falling over. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, look, hey, to go back to your Philly point before we move on though, I saw today that the Eagles have had 5 offensive coordinators since 2021.
And that's when Jalen
Five
got
different offensive coordinators.
That's wild.
Yeah.
every last
That's
one.
gonna be a question that's gonna be a Jeopardy question one day. Name all of the Philadelphia Eagles offensive coordinators from 2021 to 2020.
That's gonna be the double daily.
Right.
Man,
I couldn't do it right now.
Not bad.
Yeah.
All right, so let's look ahead to this week coming up. We got, let me see, first game on Saturday. That's gonna be Buffalo and Denver. They're in Mile High. What we looking at, Joe? Who you picking?
Man, I like Buffalo. I think Josh Allen, he don't see Mahomes in it ahead of him. He hadn't seen Burrow in a while. Lamar's gone. I think he realizes the time is now. If he don't get it done now, it probably won't get done. You know what I mean? The league will shift tremendously in the next 2 years. And he better go ahead and capture his now. He better go ahead and cement his legacy now. And I think he understands that. And I'm kind of waiting for that team to all click at one time. They haven't looked like they've all clicked. We got a Keon Coleman sighting last game, or whatever his name is. Yeah, he finally showed up, so that'll help if he keeps consistently playing. And Denver's gonna be good. Denver's a good defense. They in Denver. But I got Josh Allen, man. I think he should be the best player left in the playoffs right now. So we'll see.
To credit your point, there is such a thing as windows in this game.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm one of those people to say, you know, as a Cowboys fan, unfortunately, Cowboys have had an amazing window from like 2016 up until maybe about 2 years ago. Never got it done. It's probably not going to happen with Dak anymore. It just probably won't because that window is open. To your point, Josh's window is closing. It's not his fault that he had to play, you know, Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes to get there, but that's just the way it folded. Now you're in a rare situation where you don't have to see either one of them. There is no excuse. Like, the time is now. Because honestly, I think Lamar's window is closing. I really think after this season, he might get one, but I don't know if it's going to be with the Ravens. So this is Josh's Allen. This is his chance. This is the Bills' chance to redeem themselves from a 4 in the row in the 90s. It's win a bust here.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think
I agree.
Playing Denver, I don't want to say that I don't have faith in Denver. I mean, of course, you know, like they're used to this climate that you're about to see, but I don't know. I honestly think I don't think they're as a complete team as the Bills are. It ain't nobody's Super Bowl to lose but Josh. If Josh don't make it, the Bills just beat themselves. So I'm going Bills on this one too.
I definitely agree with that. Like, the Bills are the only team that has like some real teeth in this game, to where if they lose, everybody's coming down on them. You have to, because like there's literally no more excuses you can make. It's like, all right, we kind of force-fed you that MVP last year because Lamar had a better regular season, but you also had a really good regular season. So it's like, all right, you got that MVP. So you got that under your belt. So like, you're not even gunning for that anymore. You've lost to the quote-unquote big three in the AFC, but here you are, all by yourself. You at the free throw line, basically. It's you and God. Are you going to hit the free throw or not? That's kind of where we're at with this one. So just off of that, I feel like watching that Jacksonville game last week, because they did have a chance to win that game at the end. Denver has a better defense than Jacksonville does, clearly, but not as good of an offense. So if Denver can muck the game up enough, I think that they will be able to pull it out. I know Buffalo likes to take chances. They like to go for it on 4th down and everything like that. I don't think that this is the kind of game that you're going to want to, because I think this will be a heavy field goal game. I can see a world where Denver gets this upset. Now, the Bills need to win this game, because if they lose, I think their coach is getting fired this year. Before all these coaches, because as a matter of fact, let me say this. If they lose, they're going to call Mike Tomlin and say, hey, don't wait for Patrick Mahomes. You can have Josh Allen now. You don't even have to wait for an injury to heal. You can have Josh Allen now. So if they lose that, I think that coach is out, and they're going to hit Tomlin up for that job. But outside of that one, like, I can see Denver winning this game. I think right now I'm leaning towards Denver to upset to upset them and host Houston in the next round.
Yeah.
That's just what I'm looking at right now.
Denver is good, man, and Sean Payton a good coach, and yeah, I think it's gonna be a clean game. I don't think either team gonna make that many mistakes. They both gonna play it safe. If Buffalo need a first down, they gonna call Josh number. You know,
Yeah.
they gonna let him control.
I'm gonna tell you something even crazy though. I feel like if Houston has to, because I think they're gonna beat the Patriots. If Houston has to play Buffalo, I don't really see them winning. I mean, anything's possible. But if they have to play Denver, you may be looking at Houston going to the Super Bowl. I think Houston can definitely take Denver. I don't have a good thesis or theory on how, but I just have a feeling that Houston can definitely go toe to toe with Denver. Definitely.
Okay. So hold on.
You wouldn't be wrong based on how that defense playing.
Yeah, they're forcing the most turnovers. I know me and Dan are over here. We're picking Houston. Joe, you picking? I mean, when you in the H, you picking Houston?
I hate to be the bad guy, and this is not spite because they just drug us. That's not what this is. But I'm picking the Patriots, and my thought is, and it's only based on one thing. My thought is if Houston comes into the Patriots game with the same game plan that they used against the Steelers, I don't think Drake May makes the same mistakes Aaron Rodgers makes. He's a lot more mobile. I don't think you can get to him with just 4 people. I think their running game is better. I think they run the ball better. As long as Stevenson ain't fumbling, I think they run the ball better. Drake May led him in rushing last game. Like if he breaks contain, he can get down the field. He can get in. He can get second, third level. I think only if they use that same game plan. Maybe they got a whole completely different scheme in mind for Drake May. I would think they did, but I think they might be so cocky that they think, oh, we gonna rush 4 and drop 7 every time, and every quarterback will do what Aaron Rodgers did. And I just don't think that's the case with Drake May. I think Drake May is worlds better than Aaron Rodgers right now.
You got to keep QB contained on him. I mean, that used to have to be the thing for Aaron Rodgers, but time.
Now he trips over his own feet, so it don't.
Listen, 42. The man's 42. Every sack he was one step closer to retiring. But no, I hear what you're saying. I will say this: Hunter and Anderson are tough, so they're gonna have to chip. The running back's gonna have to be back there to chip and help because Drake May is a good athlete. But when they coming at you, full steam ahead, man, it just looks different. They kind of remind you of like back in the Carolina days when there was Julius Pepper. And I can't remember the other defensive tackle where they would always be like, all right, we're gonna meet at the quarterback. That's what it seems like. It's like, whose turn is it to get a sack? So, and then everybody, the thing is, when defenses are good at forcing turnovers and they like to hit, they like the physicality of like being able to run downhill and hit you. It's different. It's different. They're not a finesse defense. They're not like, let's just hold them. Denver's defense is more like, all right, we just gonna get you to get to 4th down and punt the ball. Denver doesn't force a lot of turnovers. Houston's like, we're gonna get you to force a turnover, and if not, we're gonna be trying to knock you out of your shoes anyway. So it is what it is. You let us know how you want to play. So that's what I'm seeing from them watching this. So that's why I got Houston winning this game because I don't think that the Patriots are gonna. I think experience and defense ability is going to take over in this game. I also don't see CJ blundering two fumbles and throwing an unnecessary pick the way that he did. Like Pittsburgh has always been blitz sparing, like as long as we all been alive.
Yeah.
So it's just a little different.
Yeah.
So
I don't think he fumbles 3 snaps this game. I think he will throw an interception. That's just who he is. We see great quarterbacks throw interceptions. That's kind of just in their DNA. Like we talk about Roethlisberger, Favre, man, and them dudes, they throw interceptions because they take chances. They gamble. So that's not a knock on CJ. Yeah, that's not a knock on CJ. I think he will throw an interception, probably 2, whatever. But their defense is good enough to overcome that, obviously. But I want to ask y'all this. Do y'all think him not having Nico Collins slows him down a little bit? Because Nico's still kind of up in the air right now. They saying he a long shot to play.
I honestly don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna play. And I think
I don't either, but I don't want to be that guy.
I think it'll hurt a little bit, but I don't think it's not. It's not anything that Christian Kirk. Thank you. Christian Kirk can't cover and pick up.
Exactly. Christian Kirk's been running his routes. Christian Kirk's been running his routes for at least 4 or 5 games this season anyway. So they have a rapport
yeah.
there. Nico's missed several games this year, including the last one of the season, which was a healthy scratch, but he still wasn't in the game. So when you have, guys that can run that same route and that you've been doing it real time in the game, you can kind of still finesse and get the job done. So I'm not really worried about that part. Of course, you would love to have Nico in the game. I mean, if you can,
love to have him.
if you could get that man a little, what's that medicine that's supposed to cover up concussions? If you could get him that, if you could get him that medicine and be like, man, listen, you could throw up all you want on Monday. We just need you to show up on Sunday real quick.
Yeah. But they also may or may not have Christian Gonzalez in the Patriots secondary either. So I think he kind of like a day-to-day kind of decision too. Unless they both lying and they both gonna play. It might just be gamesmanship. Oh no, we ain't gonna have this all pro corner or all pro receiver not gonna play either. And then the game starting, they both play.
But, you out there? It's a miracle.
There is a chance that. Yeah,
that's actually a very common tactic. Now that I've actually been in the coaching world and actually seen behind the scenes in high school football, that's actually something that they use often. We be like, "Hey, is your player good to go?" Oh, we don't know. He might be hurt. I don't think he's gonna make it to the game. Then you show up. He dressed out and everything. Got all the designs on. Like,
he behind the stadium doing push-ups right now as y'all talking, like
jumping over the cooler and whatnot.
Exactly. You out here looking like Anthony Davis.
Yeah, that's hilarious because they don't game plan for it. Now they hurt. So it's funny. That could definitely be the case.
Yeah.
No, I feel that. All right, and then switching over to the NFC. All right, so Saturday, we have San Francisco and Seattle. That's a division rivalry game right there. What's up, Joe? What you think, man? You lived out in Cali.
I ain't betting against San Francisco no more. I don't have a reason to. Like, if you create worse scenario for them, is what they've been living in all season. So it's not. All right. Yeah, it's like, I mean, at this point?
Jumanji.
At this point, knock on wood, Chris. Right. At this point, I don't know what it would take for them to feel like they even concerned. Like, what is red alert for this team? Like, they don't have that right now in their DNA. They playing through everything. It's always next man up. They coming into the game as probably battered and tattered as any team in the NFL. Yep. They still find a way to win. Christian McCaffrey I think he knows he's him. You know what I mean? He's one of those guys. And I hate to say this because I hate saying this about players, and we kind of just alluded to it with Fernando Mendoza. I'm kind of scared that the old Sam Darnold shows up, you know? Maybe he shows up, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm taking Frisco. I'm taking Frisco without George Kittle and whoever else get hurt. I'm taking Frisco.
He said, whoever they got playing, they'll figure it out. All right.
That's right. They played each other before the season ended, right?
Yeah, Seattle beat them the last game of the season, right?
Yeah, they didn't just beat them; they beat the brakes off them.
I thought it was a close game.
It was not close.
Huh?
The Seattle Rams game was close. The Seattle and 49ers, Seattle let them every which way but loose that last game.
Okay. Yeah, me personally, I don't know. Like, looking at it from a playoff aspect, I don't have anything against Seattle, but I got to go with the 49ers too. I just think the 49ers are just much more capable of winning that game. And I don't know if it's because I remember watching as a UT fan, I remember just watching the magic Brock Purdy could do, but I don't know. I really got to go San Fran on that one. I just really feel like they in it for. It's not like a regular season game, you know.
Yeah,
the stakes are a little different.
So I don't know.
Outside of Matt Stafford, and
what'd you say?
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say outside of Matt Stafford, if you stack up maybe Josh Allen, Brock Purdy is like there, like compared to every other quarterback in the playoffs right now.
Oh man,
like he been to a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I mean he got the pedigree to do it. I mean,
right.
Yeah,
that's actually an excellent point.
Not counting.
I feel like at some point the injuries have to matter. At some point you're going to Seattle. It's going to be wet and cold more than likely. Seattle has one of the best defenses in the league. I don't know if I'm still think about the Legion of Boom where you had the 12th man, so the crowd's going to be crazy because this is the first legit team that they had since those old days. So I don't know if it's a nostalgia or what, but I think Seattle will win this game. I think it will be close, but I think that they'll win this game. But I'm not confident in it because the 49ers really do live off of, as long as we got somebody on the bus, we'll figure it out. Like, just make sure we have, when we get off the bus, just to make sure that we have 53. As long as we have 53, we'll figure it out from there. I don't even need to know their names. We'll figure it out. Sorry, and I respect that, but I think the injuries have to matter.
Yeah, bro.
Who did the Rams have again?
The Rams,
Chicago.
they have Chicago. Who you got?
In Chicago.
I don't know how to call that one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the cold weather. I'm gonna go with the cold weather, helping them boys out.
And it's cold.
It's cold. I'm going Chicago.
It's like 15 degrees. They're in a blizzard right now. They show
Let me see. I think
it never rains in Southern California.
I saw some shots from Chicago today. It's snowing, brother. It was snowing last week. They had to clear snow off the field like 35 minutes before the game last week.
Yeah.
It was snowing last week. The fans is gonna be out. The stadium gonna be rocking. Caleb Williams gonna be out there doing magic tricks with the ball, and they probably gonna be down by 3 touchdowns at halftime though. You know that's what they do.
Yeah. I got Chicago. They play at 6:30, so the sun's gonna be down. The low is supposed to be 5. The low is 5, 5 degrees.
5.
5.
What is the high?
The high was like 20 something, I think, or maybe 18. It was something crazy. The high, 19. The high is 19. The high is 19. The low is 5.
Yeah, they said
I'm going Chicago.
They said 15. They said 15 at kickoff.
That must be why the sun's still
this against a team whose home game is in like dome.
Yeah. That's like the sun must still be up a little bit, so it's like we get a little warm to keep it, to raise the temp to 15. But when that sun goes down, it's 5. So that means when you throw the ball,
and they gonna sell that stadium out.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be a couple guys with frostbite.
That stadium gonna be standing room only, bro. It's gonna be a bunch of drunk Irish dudes with overalls on, yelling at each other, bro. That's gonna be crazy.
No, you not lying.
Overalls and no shirt on under the overalls.
Jacket, no shirt, like a Jodeci concert. Like,
bro, did y'all see the dude? Did y'all see the dude that had a real cheese grater?
Yes,
and he was treated on that
dude's head.
Bro, he was graded over a Packer's head. That was so funny.
Bro, can we find that man? Because how did you get that in that stadium? That's a weapon, brother.
That is a weapon.
Low key.
Metal detector ain't worth nothing.
Bro,
those fans,
y'all just open the gates and let them just flood in. Y'all didn't even know.
Like,
bro, this man had a real cheese grater. I was like, bro, I'm glad Chicago won. I'm glad they won. Because if he mad with a cheese grater,
Chicago does Chicago things.
Bro, I'm telling you. He in the restroom on top of somebody mounting somebody just
stand still.
Man. That's crazy. And that game ended at like 10:30 at night. Nobody left. They all
just in the stadium chilling.
And just standing there freely yelling.
So sad. That first half, it was quiet. They all looked sad. A couple people, they tried to cry, but it was too cold for the tears to come down. That second half,
the tears was frozen.
that second half, when they got new life, they went off. You just saw just grated cheese.
They didn't leave.
Hey, shout out to the Bears.
Nobody left. Nobody left though.
They said, "Hey, we gonna rock with y'all, win or lose." They had to survive.
They crazy. Me, bro, I'm to the car.
Now.
I'm to the car.
Well, they was
the train, whatever they take. Whatever you take in Chicago to get home, I'm on it. I'm on that.
The L, the Z, the H.
I'm on the L, whatever they got. I'm on that. Man, I'm beating traffic, bro. It's over with. It's cold out here.
And then, of course, people with their shirt. That was killing me, man.
Bro, listen. That's what you dealing with when you going to Chicago, L.A. I hope y'all ready.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all about to
bro, they tailgated.
And what's crazy is I think Puka is for sure top 10 wide receiver, maybe top 5. Puka does a lot of things really well to great. I can't, like, playing in cold like that though is different. It's different. Everything hurts more. And it takes longer for your body to really warm up to be like, okay, I'm ready to go out here and really run these routes. Before you're just like, I really want to get back to the sideline to get back next to the heater in this jacket. That's what I'm trying to do in the first couple quarters. So if the Bears don't play, like if they come out like from the jump and say, all right, we're coming out here to BTA, I think the Bears will be able to handle them. I think Matt Stafford might start grabbing his back and be like, "Hey, y'all remember my back was hurt." So, and that means
I want to do over.
Let me see. So, all right. So tell me this:
they got a secret weapon, bro. They got
who's the secret weapon?
Jimmy Garoppolo. He's an Illinois guy. That's their hope right there.
Please.
That's their hope.
That's their just in case.
Banking your hope on Jimmy G.
Yeah. Stafford, if Stafford can't get it done, we checking in Jimmy G, bro. That's your only hope at that point.
Bruh. All right, so who's your favorite to come out the NFC? Who's your favorite to come out the NFC right now? Who y'all calling? We have to go to Vegas to say this team's coming out the NFC.
I say Chicago because they got the home field advantage.
Okay.
I would bet Chicago.
You bet shot?
Yeah.
What's up, Dan?
Feel like that hey, we didn't talk about how cold it's gonna be. That's a big help.
Yeah.
But I somehow still feel like I might go San Francisco. San Francisco for sure. I don't know why. I just don't have no faith in Seattle like that. But San Francisco.
Yeah.
I think I'm going Bears because I think that even if Seattle beats San Francisco, I feel like the Bears could go to Seattle and win because it's like, you guys have cold, we have cold. We're on the same playing field. We're good. Caleb Williams, man, that's the most dangerous man with a manicure I've ever seen. Like that man, if he has a new fresh
man with a manicure,
if he has a new fresh set, you better go out there and pray.
New set.
Yeah.
You better try to chip a nail or something.
When we talk about that Josh Allen window closing, Caleb Williams is part of the reasons.
Yeah.
It's him and a couple other guys that like they coming, bro. Like
they coming up.
Yeah.
Even his own division.
Drake May.
Yep.
Like
that next class. Yeah. That next class that we kind of didn't really pay attention
Jaden Daniels,
like
if he get healthy. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's
they for sure.
You gotta get it done right now, Josh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has to. If he doesn't, we gotta start talking about Josh Allen different. All right, out the AFC, who y'all picking right now? Where you leaning with the Super Bowl to go to the Super Bowl out the AFC?
I'm going Buffalo.
Yeah, it's got to. It's got to be Buffalo. Because again, there's no excuses. So I got to go Buffalo. Got to go.
Yeah, I think Houston's gonna go ahead and find themselves in their first Super Bowl. The city's gonna be rocking. Hopefully we get some food.
That's gonna be crazy though.
That will be crazy.
You, as a matter of fact, and this is for people who live in Houston. If y'all thought that Astros parade, or not the parade, but like I don't know if y'all went downtown like after.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that night when the Astros won the World Series, and we all went down there, and you thought that was crazy, the Super Bowl's gonna be crazy. If the Texans win the Super Bowl, something's catching on fire.
Ain't nobody going to work.
Mm-mm.
Oh no.
They're gonna bring out the cerveza. It's gonna be over.
They canceling school.
The whole city's on PTO.
They cancel. Everybody's on PTO.
The whole city is on
mariachi
PTO.
and tropical school music all night.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you, man. Listen, it's gonna be crazy. They gonna have to extend the parade route.
No facts.
Like that Astros parade route ain't gonna be big enough. They gonna have to
start that thing up from the Woodlands, bring it all the way down to Mo City.
And they might have to do it like that Monday, because if they don't time this right, you might be clashing with rodeo and the World Cup.
I was just thinking at the rodeo because I think the cook-off is like right after that, right? Yeah. So
yeah, I think so.
I need to get my ticket for that.
Yeah, you got spring break, rodeo, World Cup. When you gonna do this? Yeah, you have to do this on like a random Tuesday.
Right. Hey, I know whoever over infrastructure, they like, dang, I should have fixed the roads earlier. It's too late now.
Right, it's too late now.
It's over.
We locked in now. The contracts are signed.
Make sure you got a spare tire in the back.
Man, no. That is facts. That day, man, I don't and this is for y'all out there, if your city hasn't won a championship, I feel for you, because like nothing is like your team winning the championship and then y'all turning up in the city. Like it's nothing but good vibes.
Yeah.
Like,
Like, you ain't even got to be a fan of the team, you know?
Is that
Nah.
You don't. The amount of fans that are out there that were just screaming. Go ahead, Joe. What were you about to say?
I ain't no Texans fan. I'm gonna be out there.
Yep.
Nah, I was just saying I ain't no Texans fan. I'm gonna try to get front row. I know I'm gonna have to fight about 15 Mexican dudes, but it's cool. I'm either gonna have to fight them or they gonna let me sit on the back of the truck with them. You know what I mean? One of them. Everybody might be in a good mood that day. So
yeah, I was gonna say, if it's anything like the World Series, they gonna let you sit with them because. So it was me, my brother, my friends. We're going down doing the World Series or whatever. We're just on the back of the truck. When I tell you, people were passing out libations while you're on the truck, just turning up. They're like, "Do you have anything to drink? No, bump that. You gotta have something in your hand." And they just grabbing stuff and giving it to you. People exchanging stuff. They like people going in other people's cars. Like they like people have food. Like this is Houston, so like people will like rig stuff up and stuff. They like one dude, the dude on the bike who has like the little meat, the hot dog stand and all that stuff. He was just down there passing out the hot dogs. And it was crazy. I was like, man, that's camaraderie right there. Nothing brings a city together like a championship.
You're lucky enough, they might give you their wife. Yeah.
you can have whatever you want that day.
They said a win is a win. Yo, that is
have back by 12.
Yeah, name your price.
Have it by 12.
Whatever you want to do. Man, I'm gonna tell you. I went to the last parade we had. And I went to. Did I go to 2017? No, I missed the 2017. I went to the one after that. So that parade, bro, we were under the 45 underpass, and you would think like a player like Altuve would have got the loudest applause. You know who got the loudest applause when he rolled through was Mattress Mac.
Yeah.
They went crazy when Mattress Mac came up.
He is a Houston staple.
Bruh, they went crazy for Mattress Mac.
Yeah, that man is a Houston.
Nah, it felt like an LSU night game over there.
Mattress Mac is like, he might as well be a rapper. That's how much he's loved in the city.
He might as well be.
A rapper.
Yeah.
He might as well be.
It's not even about nothing else. You say you saw who? No, but that's crazy. So yeah, Houston, please get it done. We're trying to be off of work, so get it done.
Yeah, for that reason, if nothing else, yeah.
If nothing else, but no. Also, I mess with that defense. That defense is tough, and Houston has been so close for so long. So, and there's C.J. Stroud, Ohio State guy. There's a couple other Ohio State guys on the team. So yeah, let's get it done. All right, yo, it's been another episode of Nothing Nice. We appreciate y'all pulling up. Dan, appreciate you, man. You're gonna have to come back soon. We're gonna talk more football. Probably have you back after this college championship.
For sure.
Joe, you already know, man. Thoughts and prayers for the Steelers. Hope you guys find a coach. Cleveland, we in the hunt for a coach right now.
Man,
the whole AFC North is in shambles, but we gonna figure
the whole
it out.
AFC North is coachless right now.
Yeah, we gonna figure it out. We gonna figure it out, man. Yo, y'all make sure you go like. We should innovate and rotate like 3 coaching staffs between the 4 teams and see how that work out. Like, as long as Mike Tomlin ends up in Cleveland,
you probably kidding, bro.
Yeah. If Mike Tomlin's in Cleveland, I'm cool. We can go ahead. We can for sure have that rotation going. Yo, but it's been another episode of Nothing Nice. Like, share, comment, subscribe. All that
might happen. That might happen, bro.
Lord, he touched and agreed. Get Mike Tomlin in Cleveland. All right, yo. All love. We out. Nothing nice.